All right, good morning, third period. First things first, Mr. Hen is going to come around and he's going to check your papers from yesterday, your claims 2 and 3. It says the claim evidence analysis. If you want to see what it looks like from yesterday, it was this worksheet. He's just going to come in and do a quick check that you completed what it was that you were supposed to have completed. At this point, go ahead and pause the screencastify so that Mr. Hen can come around and check in each of your papers. All right, now that you've checked in each of your papers, let's go ahead and check the answers to that. We had done the first one yesterday, which was the world sunlight map, where we looked and we saw that Australia and Brazil both received 2,000 to 3,000 hours of sunlight per year. So we said that that refuted claim number 1, because if Australia's skin cancer rates were due to the sunlight, then we would have seen that they had the same amount of skin cancer, and we did not. Australia still had more skin cancer than Brazil. The second thing that we looked at was the melanin levels. We saw that around 50% of Brazil's population had low levels of melanin and 35% had high, whereas 70% of Australians had low levels of melanin. And so this supports claim number 3 because it shows that more Australians have less melanin, meaning that they have skin that's more easily damaged by the sun. And finally, we had the world UV map. We saw that Australia had close to 8,000 joules per square meter of UV light, whereas Brazil only had 4,000. And so that was supporting claim number 2 because UV light is that damaging light. And so if they're receiving more damaging light, then we're going to see that they're going to have higher rates of skin cancer. And then the final one was just showing that Australia had more skin cancer rates. Okay. As a result of this, you guys, we're able to really answer this question now of why does Australia get more UV light than other parts of the world? And it's really both claims 2 and claim 3, where yes, they're getting more UV light and then they have skin that's more easily damaged. So again, that's that showing more UV light, less UV light. And this is because above Australia, there's actually kind of a hole in our ozone layer. It's called ozone depletion. And really during the 1980s and 1990s, that ozone decreased worldwide. But right around that area of Australia, it decreased even faster than other parts of the world. So they have this depletion there, allowing that UV light to come through much more. And then we showed this yesterday. There are less people in Brazil with low levels. There are more people in Australia with low levels. So they're getting that increase in UV light, as well as having skin that is really going to be damaged. Okay. Today, what we're going to do is you guys are going to create your model to represent this. At this point, if Ms. Hubley has not checked in with you guys, hang out for just a second. Don't turn anything in. She's going to check in and just make sure that you guys are understanding the directions. But let's go ahead through your assignment and what it is that you're supposed to be completing for today. You guys are going to receive a piece of paper that looks like this. Okay. The first thing, and everyone misses it, is up at the top. I want you to answer our question. Why is Australia's skin cancer rate so high? Select all that apply. You might select all 3. You might select 1. You might select 2. Check the claims that you believe are to be correct. And then we're going to model. Please note on your worksheet, the 4 sulfuric acids on each side photocopied really, really light. So you might want to draw that circle in there just so you have it and you don't miss out on it. Up on the main screen, you guys will see, we know that ozone absorbs it, sulfuric acid reflects that UV light, and carbon dioxide transmits it. So you're going to use that to complete your model. You must use a ruler, use a ruler, use a ruler, use a ruler, and you're going to continue our UV lines until they either absorb, reflect, or make it all the way to the surface of the earth. And so you have 6 on each side. Remember, we are not playing connect the dots. So again, we're not playing connect the dots. If it reflects, it's done. If it absorbs, it's done. Only if it transmits does it continue. So once that line is reflected, make sure you do stop it. Just like before, for every line that makes it to the surface of the earth in Australia and the surface of the earth in Brazil, you're going to draw those arrows inside of your cell. That's step number 1. Step number 2, you're going to insert those circles for melanin. Whoever has more melanin, Australia or Brazil, you're going to draw 5 dots inside each of these cells. Whoever has less, you're going to draw 2 dots. And then the last thing that you need to do is you need to list the change. So based off of the UV that makes it to the surface of the earth in Australia and their melanin levels, what would we expect to see happen to our DNA? And same thing in Brazil. Once you are finished, I do want you to go over to Mr. Hen, hand him your test, and he will hand you your grade sheet. Please make sure to review your grade sheet. All missing assignments are due by Friday. And if you want the extra credit for second trimester, please remember you need to have that done by Friday, and I must have an email. All right. Good luck.